Hello. I'm looking at myself. Hello everyone, thanks so much for tuning into my channel this week. Now, you know what I'm gonna do because I do it every time. Before I move any further, please, if you have not already done so, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Please be sure to hit like and please be sure to bell me. If you would like to read the blog for this particular video, you can always check that out on my website at www.shikahenley.com. Again, that is www.shikahenley.com. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move into this week's topic. So, this previous weekend I actually went to a job fair and I was on the other side of the table this time. So I was looking at all of the candidates and I really thought that I knew that people were in the process of looking for jobs because this is the time people are looking for jobs and doing switches. And I thought that it would be really helpful to just share some helpful tips about navigating a job fair because as I said, and I spoke with so many candidates, there are definitely traits of candidates who were particularly strong. And then there were definitely some things that I was just really looking for as a person who was hiring. So I just want you to stay tuned to this particular video. I'm going to give you some tips for navigating a job fair so that you'll be much more successful. Okay. Tip number one, you need to have an elevator pitch. And I'm pretty sure I've said this somewhere in another video that I've made about job hunting, but it is crucial that you have an elevator pitch ready to go. It is extremely important that you are able to quickly list off just a quick information about who you are, your credentials, your accomplishments, and then what exactly it is that you're looking for out of your position. Because like I said, there are tons and tons of people at job fairs, there are tons of lines, and you only really have a few seconds to make a great first impression. So it's important that when you are next up in line, you're ready to go. Hi, my name is, I am currently doing this. These are some things that I've already done, and I'm looking for a role in this, that, or the other. Like that definitely separated stronger candidates, people who are just ready to go with that elevator pitch. Number two, and they always say this when you're applying for a job fair, be prepared. Make sure you have enough copies of everything because again, it is just a snapshot. That's all that you have. You have a few minutes to really pack a powerful punch. So it's important that you have enough copies of your resumes or cover letters or any other documents that you're planning on distributing. It's much safer to have way too many than to have entirely too few because even though you'll sign in or maybe drop something there, it's more likely that as a hiring manager, I'll be looking for those resumes as opposed to those signatures. So just make sure you have plenty of copies ready to go. Number three, you need to really make yourself stand out. Again, you only have a few minutes to make yourself stand out. So it's important that you do that. And I know that sometimes people, they try to play around with funky fonts and colors on their resumes and photos on their resume. I mean, that's great and everything, but those aren't really things that are going to make you really stand out to a hiring manager. So a couple of things that you really want to consider is as you're doing your resume, have you quantified everything so it's easy to see that you actually have had results from things that you've been doing. And another thing that I have highlighted was just providing a mini portfolio that highlights, just a few pieces, examples of work that you have or just artifacts of something that you've done that really will make you stand out and make you that makes it apparent that you qualify for a particular position or that you can be useful to that particular organization. Because like I said, I can't keep saying it enough. When you're at a job fair, you only have a short amount of time to really stand out. So it's important that you are ready to go and that you are making yourself look completely different from the other candidates that are looking for the same position that you are. Number four, and number four may seem strange, or I know especially when people are looking for jobs, this is something that sometimes you struggle with when you're really just trying to make sure you secure a position, but you need to be very honest about what you're willing to do and also just kind of know what it is that what position that you're looking for. So, even if, let's say you are certified to teach grades K through 8, but you know that your preference is really middle school, don't say, oh, you know what, I could teach third grade. when in reality, you won't really be happy teaching third grade. And it's really important that you're happy doing whatever it is that you want to do, because you'll find yourself in a few months unhappy with things because, you know, you accepted the position because you really needed a position, but it wasn't really the position for you. And then in the same token, you also need to have a really good idea of what it is that you want to do. When you show up at a school, you know, you should say, and it might be in any organization because these job fair tips do help across the board. You need to say, you know, if this is my skill set, this is something that I'm really looking for, but I also have a skill set. You might be able to help someone build a program that's going to be very useful for that organization. So you really need to show up and know exactly what it is that you can do, and be really honest about what it is that you want to do. And the last thing is to have an entrepreneurial spirit and be innovative. I know it was a point in time people were like, oh, innovative, that word. But those things are really key, because one thing that I find is when people show up and they, like I said in the previous point, if you're saying, you know what, I used to coach this particular sport and I would really love to build a program around this, or this was something that I sponsored this group, I would really love to move that into your organization. When you show up and you have a plan, like these are things that I would really love to do here, this is some work that I've done toward that, or this is some experience I have towards that, those things will definitely help you stand out as you are at a job fair. Because as one thing that I need to mention is, people are definitely looking for people to fill positions, but it is even more amazing when you're definitely someone who can wear many hats, that you can teach this, or you can coach this, you can build this program. Those are definitely candidates that will be stronger than candidates who show up who aren't quite sure about what they want to do, or what exactly they can do. So I'm going to do a quick recap on this video for navigating a job fair. Like I said, I just gave you a few tips from things that I observed from candidates that were particularly strong, and just things that I really wish that I would have gotten as I was talking to candidates. So I'm just going to do a quick recap. And again, I have my trusty iPad. I just disappeared there, but my trusty iPad with all of my notes in it. So tip number 1, make sure you have an elevator pitch ready to go, so that you can do a quick, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is what I'm looking for. Number 2, be prepared. It is better to have too many copies than too few copies. Number 3, make yourself stand out. Put things in your resume that'll make you stand out. Bring an artifact that makes you stand out from all of the other candidates that'll be at that fair. Number 4, know and be honest about what it is that you want to do. It is much easier for you to find a position and for the hiring manager to place you if you're just honest about what it is that you want to do. And number 5, have an entrepreneurial spirit and be innovative. Show up and be ready to show those hiring managers that you can do more than one thing. You can wear more than one hat, because that is definitely going to help you stand out from other candidates. Well, I hope you liked this week's video. I feel like it was a super short video, but I do think that it was a really helpful video. If you like this video, you know what I'm going to ask you to do. Click like. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. You always watch my videos. Click subscribe and bell me so that you get a notification every time I publish something new on my channel. If you're interested in reading this blog, or if you're interested in contacting me for anything, you can check me out on my website at www.shikahenley.com. Thanks so much for tuning in this week, and I will see you next time.